Good morning. My name is Dave Flores, and I'm one of the elders here at Fremont. Today's devotional is from Mark 8:22-30. I'll pause for a moment to let you read the verses before I continue. This story in Mark is unique. It appears only in Mark and is the only miracle of Jesus that requires two actions to bring perfect health. As part of the story, it is a touching detail that Jesus takes the blind man by the hand and leads him out of the village. One can sense his sympathy for the man's disability. But why two touches? As this is the only miracle in which two actions are involved, it is not likely because of any lack of power on Jesus' part. Instead, it is more likely illustrating how spiritual insight sometimes takes time to unfold. Was it to show the man that he was healing him deliberately and personally? After all, Mark doesn't record that the blind man asked Jesus to heal him. That request was made by those who brought the blind man to Jesus. Perhaps Jesus wanted the man to demonstrate his own personal faith in Jesus. Also in these verses of Mark, Jesus is teaching his disciples about his coming death. They have trouble grasping it, even though he tells them numerous times. Just like the blind man, they need two touches to see clearly. Restoring of sight becomes a metaphor for insightful discipleship. Then Jesus asks his disciples a pointed question. And you, who do you say that I am? Peter, so often the first to speak, responds in Mark 8:29. You are the Messiah. Of course, we know the whole story that Peter has given the right answer. Yet the answer Peter gives is not actually very logical. The title Messiah in Hebrew or Christ in Greek was associated in Jewish tradition with an anointed king, a royal figure from the line of David expected to come and free Israel from their Gentile oppressors, purifying the people and restore Israel's independence and glory. Nothing in Jesus' ministry up to now has given any indication of claims to royalty or political ambitions. So far, Jesus has made no claim to be the Messiah, and he certainly had no sign of taking on the Romans. Perhaps Peter hopes that when they go to Jerusalem, Jesus will finally take on that messianic role. Perhaps that is why Jesus tells his disciples to tell no one about him, because he knows they are still so very far from understanding what he's all about. Teachers love questions. They are often the key to unlocking a student's understanding. In this passage in Mark 8, the turning point of the book has arrived. The two characteristics confirm this assertion. First, Jesus questions his disciples about his identity, something he has not done before this point. Second, Peter is the first person, not demon-possessed, who declares that Jesus is the Messiah. Perhaps Mark's goal is to help readers to see that we need each other to help us improve our spiritual insight. We need the body of Christ to touch us repeatedly in order to improve our spiritual perception. Therefore, we must always pray, and he will respond with his gracious touch. And like the blind man, we will begin to see more clearly. Have a blessed rest of the week.